My brain, too much love drives a man insane. You broke my will, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I let you love what I thought it was funny. You came along and woo, now honey, I've changed my mind. This love is fine. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Kisses, baby, feels good. Hold me, baby. Well, I want to love you like I love you should. You're fine, so kind. Got to tell this world that you're mine.
Good afternoon, my good friends. Good afternoon. Welcome to my live stream. Welcome. Good afternoon. Let me introduce myself. My name is Andre Lefevre, and I'm a citizen journalist. My website is wildnews.us, and I like to mouth off on things, cultural things, political things, interesting, and I am a extreme libertarian. Today, this is my second live stream today. On this live stream, I want to talk about some new information that I found on the school shootings. The Santa Fe school shooting, which happened in Texas on let's see, it was on May 18, and the yesterday shooting in San Francisco, Balboa High School shooting. I got some new information. Actually, I got a picture, a very interesting picture, from somebody who says that he is a student at Santa Fe High School in Texas, which may disprove one of the conspiracy theories that many people have. Let's see here, but let's start. Let's start with Balboa High School. I received a email from somebody who watched my live stream earlier this morning by the name of Janet, who was not very happy with me because apparently I said that I couldn't find any witness interviews, which was very strange. And she sent me a link to one interview, which I'm going to play for you in a second. So, Janet, thank you. Please don't stop watching if you're watching me, Janet. I have a couple of more words to say in a little bit about that. This is from NBC Bay Area affiliate. The headline, Balboa student was playing with handgun before it went off, police sources. Let me read a couple of paragraphs. A student was playing with a handgun in the back of a classroom before the firearm went off, forcing a San Francisco high school and the nearby schools to go on lockdown Thursday afternoon, according to police sources. Balboa High School in San Francisco and nearby James and Denham Middle School and Leadership School were on lockdown as police investigated a report of a firearm on campus. 4 suspects, all students, have been detained in the incident, police told NBC. At this time, 1 student is under investigation for firearm discharge, with the 3 other students being investigated as possible accessories after the fact, police said. I received this morning a call the San Francisco Police Department, and I'm not even going to read it. I received a press release that pretty much said the same thing. The only new things about this story is that a student was playing with a handgun. Now, at San Francisco Gate, and it is not. Let's see. At San Francisco Gate, I think this is where the take it back. This is where the And you know what? I do apologize. Let me find just 1 second. I do apologize. I thought I had it up, but apparently I didn't. Let's see, is this it? Yeah, that's what always happens. I thought I had it prepared. Here we go. And it is not loading. It was an actual interview with a student.
Yes.
Maybe it wasn't here. You know something, folks. I thought I had it up, and oh, here it is. Here it is. It is loading. Just it looks like my internet connection is really slow. Here we go. This is the.
And then pull it down how high you want it. Manually just pull the hatch down. And then the button.
Let's see. Here we go.
No. Pull it down to where you want. And then the button.
Here is.
I don't know. My mom's still calling or not. It was a real one, and I.
Here is the video. And I had it for a second. Here she is.
I was so scared, like I said earlier. I was really scared. I didn't know what was going to happen.
Right.
And I broke down so many times, and it was just. I was so terrified. And
Let
it
me
was
bring
scared.
it back to the beginning. I'm sorry, folks. I should have been more prepared. But this is an interview with.
Is it signed today?
Yes, and then
Courtney
all of a sudden I
Clemens.
heard the announcement go on that there was a lockdown. I didn't know if it was a drill. I thought it was a drill at first, and I realized that it was actually it was a real one. And I was so scared, like I said earlier. I was really scared. I didn't know what was going to happen.
Right.
And I broke down so many times, and it was just, I was so terrified, and it was scared for my life and my friends around me. I didn't know what was going to happen to me. You know, what if I lost my life? What would happen to those around me and the people who loved me dearly? You know, I was just really.
Yeah, my connection is not great, so let me stop this. But anyway, so this was the interview. I listened to it a couple of times when my connection was a little better. I think the live stream saps a lot of my CPU memory, so it didn't play that well. But there wasn't any details about exactly what happened. And I'm a little disappointed. I really looked again for more witness interviews on the video, and I couldn't find any. And this particular young lady really didn't give a lot of information about details. She was pretty much talking about how scared she was. And I guess that was what the liberal reporters were asking her. The NBC affiliate said that it appears to be that some kid was playing with a handgun and it went off. So that was that's the story. The official press release doesn't mention anything about it. They just were saying they're not saying, just saying they found the casings. So there's still some unanswered questions about it. I'm not ready to say that this is a big conspiracy. There's a lot of unanswered questions, and it's strange that more witness interviews are not posted on the internet. Now, Janet, you had an issue with me that that I seem to be not very happy with the way the police conduct their business, and I'm not. I'm not very happy. I'm convinced that in most of the school shootings, the official story has so many holes. It doesn't correspond to what witnesses say. That there's obviously political agenda, such as in Santa Fe shootings or in the Florida, the Parkland shooting. It was an obvious agenda that not only the police but the liberal press had with it, and they tried to manage the facts into that agenda. I mean, some of the conspiracy theorists go as far as saying that the shooting never happened, especially the one in Santa Fe. I'm not one of those conspiracy theorists, but I don't believe the official accounts at all. Mass shootings, it's a strange thing. We know now that there was a conspiracy to kill JFK. It wasn't one gunman. There were more. We know that Parkland shooting didn't go down the way it did. We know that Santa Fe High School shooting didn't exactly go the way the official story goes. And let's talk about the Santa Fe High School shooting. And I am loading a video that I did at the time. And there's an interview with a student who was at the time. Many people did not believe that he was shot in the head. And you take a look at his interview on the corporate-controlled media channel, and I'm waiting for it to load, and I hope it will load. Here we go. Here we go.
People couldn't get over. I mean, there was sort of a gate, and it had some places to put your feet and get over. And I noticed a couple people got out that way. It was just crazy.
You scaled this wall, something, as you say, you probably couldn't do under any other circumstances.
This young man was reportedly shot in the head.
So then you get into somebody sees you, that you're bleeding, and you feel that you're bleeding. Are you surprised by that?
I'm definitely surprised, because I was just checking on my friend, and he said, I'm all right, you go. I had no idea.
And this is Santa Fe shootings earlier, a high school shooting earlier this year. And this is from one of my live streams, so let's continue.
And he ended up having been shot in the leg. But a friend comes up to me, I said, I got a lot of blood. You think I got hit in front of me? He was like, no, you got shot. You got shot in the head. There's a lot of blood coming from your neck. So I immediately took my shirt off, put it against my neck, and held that pressure to it, and just took off running.
That's the son of an ICU nurse who knew what to do. Your girlfriends can't reach you. You left your...
All right. I don't know what to say. The man was... this young man was shot in the head, at least that's what he claims, and everybody believes. Was he shot in the head? I don't know. This is what I originally said at the time. He acted way too normal, and many people thought that it was way too normal. Well, I had a correspondence with somebody who introduced himself as as Ashton, and I'm not gonna put out. I'm not gonna dox the guy. Ashton, and he said that he was a student at Santa Fe High School. He emailed me, and he sent me a picture, which I'm going to show in a second. I have to warn you, it's pretty graphic. So if you don't like blood and you don't like raw wounds, please don't continue watching. But give you time to go off my live stream. But Ashton wrote the following. Hello, this is Ashton, a student at Santa Fe High School. I respect that this is America and everyone has a right to their own opinion um, of opinion. And this is a picture of Ron Stewart, who was shot in the back of the head. And I have a picture. Any questions, please respond. I will answer any questions I can. I hope you have a great day, and may God bless you. I'm going to write Ashton and see if I can get him on a live stream. But this is a picture that, anyway, so this is the original picture of my head. Let me enlarge this. This is what this student, who I had some doubts whether he was shot or not, looked like during that MSNBC interview.
Maybe.
And let me bring.
Maybe.
Bring this picture, and this is what Ashton sent me. This is what the picture that Ashton sent me. It looks like the same guy, and it looks like a pretty good bullet wound up there. So, I mean, I'm sure many people can say, well, this is a makeup job, this and that, but again, this does look like a bullet wound. That does look like a wound. So this is what I was sent, and I'm going to email a link to this live stream to Ashton, and I'm going to ask him if he wants to appear to me by phone or Skype and talk more about Santa Fe shootings. I mean, I appreciate the work that he did. Again, this is the picture that he sent me, and the student's name is put my glasses on. Unfortunately, this is Rome Schubert, and this is the same young man that was interviewed by MSNBC. Here we go. And this is from my live stream. Yeah, this is the same young man. So this is the bullet wound. Anyways, so moving on, and the same thing I want to shout out to Janet, and I emailed Janet, and Janet, I would love to get you on my live stream and discuss the appropriate relationship between law enforcement and free citizenry. You had some issues with me regarding what I said about the cops. I used to be one myself, so I have knowledge about the subject of policing firsthand, and I think that could be an interesting conversation for on a live stream. So Janet, please respond, and would love to have you on my live stream. All right, moving on. There's some news at the beginning of this Labor Day weekend. This is totally unrelated to the school shootings, so let's change gears. This is from Washington Times. The headline is, Russia hit Trump over a barrel, DOJ official tells lawmakers report. And let me read you a couple of paragraphs. Justice Department official Bruce Orr told lawmakers this week that former Bush spy Christopher Steele said Russian intelligence officials believed they had President Trump over a barrel, the Associated Press reported Friday. Mr. Orr's statement reportedly came Tuesday when he testified for roughly 8 hours in a closed-door session before the House Judiciary and Oversight Committees. Mr. Steele comments came during July 2016 breakfast meeting, AP reported. So it's obvious that Democrats just won't let go of that Russian collusion nonsense, that Russian collusion fairy tale. I think fewer and fewer people believe it anymore, and it looks like President Trump is going to do something about it. He said in the rally in Indiana yesterday, so he is ready to look into what's the corruption in the Department of Justice. Next story. This is from Sarah Carter. Two prosecutors exit Mueller's team. Prosecutors Ryan Dickey and Brian Richardson are no longer working for Special Counsel Robert Mueller's office, leaving 15 attorneys left in the team, according to a report by CNN. Special Counsel spokesman Peter Carr said that their departures were unrelated to any allegations of wrongdoing or political bias. You make your own mind. Mueller's losing people. Next story. This is from Daily Caller. Mattis authorizes National Guard troops to stay on the border for another year. This is I'm not going to read the story. The headline speaks for itself. Democrats need illegal immigrants so they can vote them illegally. That's the only way they can win, a voter fraud. And of course, Donald Trump put the National Guard on the border to help Border Patrol keep illegals from our country and reduce the ability of Democrats to finagle the elections. That's long and short of it. And this one is from Washington Times. And Obama-era DACA program likely legal. Judge. A federal judge ruled Friday that the DACA deportation amnesty was probably legal when President Obama created it in 2012. But he refused to halt the program altogether, leaving to other courts to sort out the major legal mess. Judge Andrew S. Hannon's ruling clashes with those of several other federal courts, which said that President Trump's attempt last year to phase out DACA program were illegal. Taken on face, the ruling means that the program is illegal, but so the efforts to erase it off the books. The issue is likely to speed through the circuit courts and quickly reach the Supreme Court, perhaps during the upcoming session. Let me say this. DACA is an illegal president's order, executive order. It needs to be a law done. Again, the only reason Democrats are pushing amnesty, that's what DACA is to increase Democratic base, legally or illegally, morally or immorally. When you think about DACA, don't think about cuddly little children who were brought here as toddlers. Think about MS-13. DACA is designed to make MS-13 members U.S. citizens. That's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to. I really hope that Supreme Court will make DACA illegal and strengthen our protection of us American citizens from the illegals. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great Labor Day weekend. May or may not stream tomorrow, but I'll definitely see you Monday. Have a blessed day, guys. Bye-bye.